What's up, y'all? I know my hair is looking ratchet. I'm not the cutest right now. Look at the sexy stuff. But I decided to just be more transparent about my daddy issues because I got them. And I was triggered today because um, I didn't date, but like spent a night with a friend of my sister's. Hey, my pussy was pretty good. You know what I'm saying? It was cool. I was interested in him, right? And so, we didn't have sex, nothing like that. I haven't seen him since. And like, he calls my sister, he invites her to go out places um, and all of that. And today I was a little bit triggered by that. And for those of you who don't know what triggered means, when somebody says it's triggered, it's depending on the severity, it could be kind of like a little bit of PTSD. It triggers some pain or something within you. It usually triggers a daddy issue or a childhood wound or something like that. But it was triggering for me. It triggered my daddy issues. Um, and just me not really feeling invited, not really feeling wanted. Invites mean a lot to me. I feel like throughout my love life I've mainly felt like I've had to be in my masculine energy. I've had to pursue or had to remind somebody, hey, I'm here. Or I would have to, if I want to see them, I would have to initiate it or make the plan or present something to them to get them to say yes or no. And most of the time they usually, I feel, because right now I'm venting. So I'm in my ego, I'm in my feelings a little bit right now. So what I'm saying probably isn't actually the truth. Um, so anyway, I always felt like with my dad, like I had to do a lot to get attention. Like my dad was one who would, it would not be shocking if he didn't call for certain holidays, or if I wanted to see him, I would need to go and make it be known, right? I would have to go and say something to him, call him a whole bunch of times and hope you get a call back. Most of the time you won't, so even to this day, you can call dad, 4 or 5 times and he may or may not answer the phone. So it's the same. And I've carried that into my love life. And I don't really want to be in the masculine anymore. I want to be in my feminine energy. My feminine energy is to be rude and to be able to be coy and to be able to receive invitations to real dates. I haven't been on a real date and I feel like forever. I can't think of the last real date I was on where someone asked me out. I got to get pretty, I got to get cute, and we go out somewhere, we have a good time, and he offers to pick me up, to really be in that situation. These old, daddy issues are flaring back up because like that's kind of been on my mind a little bit. And tonight I wanted some male attention. And so what do? I say I'm not going to be in my masculine, but because I don't see any other way to get what I want, ha ha ha, here we go, daddy issues. I then try to go and ask or pursue and see if a dude's available to see me. And of course he isn't. And it's just like, okay, so, I'm at a space now where it's like, okay, it's time to challenge that. It's time to get out of that. It's time to create the expectation that no, Sydney, you can just be and men are thinking of you. Like, I don't really feel thought of a lot of the time with dudes because I feel like I'm always the one reaching out. Now, when I say with dudes, I mean men that I actually want. Niggas that I don't want, they constantly ask me to do something and I don't like them. But see, nobody gives a fuck about the niggas that you don't want. We're talking about the niggas that I do want. And so somewhere, if I'm looking at your what's going on the outside lets you see what's happening on the inside. So I must have an expectation that the men that I desire aren't going to be available to me, which means I'm not going to get the things that I need, or if I do end up getting them, I have to do something. I have to work for it, I have to pursue, I have to chase. I'm not saying I'm chasing niggas, but it feels like that at times. Because when's the last time somebody asked me to see me, like, hey, I want to see you, what you doing tomorrow? I've experienced it one time. I've experienced it with this Dutchman. I met him in Florida. He was Dutch, and he was like probably the only man that I could think of right now that I just remember that constantly pursued me, that constantly told me, he would just, I never had the chance to ask when we were going to see each other again because he always asked me. He always was like, I want to see you. You know what I'm saying? Like or just said, hey, next Wednesday, let's meet at this restaurant at 8. Like he did that, and it felt so amazing to have that. And I haven't manifested, I farted, sorry. And I haven't manifested a dude like that since. And, I'm ready for that. And so my task is to really soothe my little girl, is to disassociate. I understand it comes from daddy issues. My dad, someone I felt that I had to chase. And remember, whenever I'm in my ego and I'm venting right now, these things might not necessarily be true, because a lot of times, especially our childhood stuff, we go back and whatever we think happened actually didn't really happen like that. So I don't even know what I'm saying is true, but this is how I'm feeling in my vent right now. It felt like it was a little bit of struggle. I had to do something. I couldn't just be. And the invitations and the initiation came to me. I had to do something. And it's just like, I'm really tired of that. And what I said earlier is very telling. What did I say? I said, in order to get what I want, I have to do this. So I think in my mind, in order for me to see a man, I've got to get out here and make the move and do it. But it's like, fuck that now. I'm ready to feel thought of. Like, why would that make me feel thought of if the only time that we see each other, because I didn't say something about it? Why would that make me feel thought of? And honestly, to me, it doesn't really matter how much I want a man. Like the dude who my sister friend is, I wasn't just crazy about him, but that's not the point. That's really not the point. The point is, like, I need to get to a point in my womanhood where I'm expecting to receive what I need from a man. I'm expecting to feel special. I'm expecting to feel desired. I'm expected to feel wanted. I'm expected to feel thought of. And I'm expected to have a real, healthy, thriving dating life, which means going out on actual dates. So it's more to the story, but that's just a little trigger I had. And so I have to really meditate and sit with that. And I may need to cry a little bit just to kind of get that, to soothe my little girl. Because what's happening is my little 5-year-old girl is the one kicking and screaming right now, because she wants daddy just to come to her and pick her up and comfort her and be there for her and initiate things with her. And so she's, doing that. So I want to start documenting my daddy issues and my things that I'm working on, because I think it's very important. I think we all have daddy and mama issues and all of that stuff. It's going to be a part 2 to this video, because I actually vented and talked about this to a dude that I asked to see me, and he told me why he didn't exactly reach out all the time for me. I mean, he said basically he doesn't feel like he's what I'm looking for. He feels like I got all these other men, so it doesn't matter and all that shit. But it's like, I just wish people wouldn't care about that. Like, I wish it doesn't matter what it seems like I have. This is about you. And if I'm inviting you, if I'm telling you I want to see you, then that's what you should be focused on. But that's a whole nother video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to meditate, or, do some journal entries and really heal this part of me that feels like she has to be in the masculine, or else she won't get what she wants, and feels like it's hard to get the type of attention and the sex and the needs met that I have, because this goes into sex too. I have never really felt like I've gotten enough sex. I've always felt like I had initiated. I always felt like I felt like I'd be the one left wanting more, or pursuing them and asking them for more dick, which that does a number on my self-esteem as a woman. Who the fuck wants to be a woman with bomb ass pussy and you feel like you're always wanting the sex more than the dude wants the sex? Nobody wants to feel like that. But if you go to my conditioning, that when it comes down to getting the things that I like, the attention and my needs met by a man, I have to be the one in the master, and I have to pursue. And when I do pursue, I have to pursue for a certain amount of time. It has to be difficult and challenging in order to get it. I have to hear no 15 times before I hear yes. That's the conditioning that I have, and that's conditioning that I have to work through in order to get the result that I want. So leave a comment if this resonated with you at all. I'm going to be fine. I'm not afraid to bare my soul to you guys, because it's somebody out there that needs to hear it. And, I don't give a damn how rich or famous, how many orgies you throw, you still got your shit with you, and I'm no different. So with that being said, I'm going to do something with my nappy ass head, and I'm going to work on healing this part of myself, because I absolutely deserve to get what I want from men easily. So I love y'all very much. Thank you for watching.